Welcome to Chemistry Lover, and this is the second part of the video series on carbonyl compounds. And here in this video we are going to talk about the addition reaction to CCCO group, the carbonyl group, and the reactions which we are basically going to cover are the addition of cyanide, the addition of hydride, the addition of Grignard, and the addition of alcohol to the carbonyl group. And in this case we will use our aldehyde and ketone as our carbonyl functionality, not the other like esters and the acid chlorides, all these things, because they are ultimate product is not the addition product, rather substitution product. So we will talk about them when we will talk about the substitution reaction of carbonyl compound. So we will start with the addition reaction of cyanide on the carbonyl compound. So if we have a simple aldehyde like acetaldehyde, and if we use sodium cyanide, so sodium cyanide will add on this aldehyde to give you this intermediate. So what happens, this Cn minus, it will attack over here. So in the first video we discussed that this center is the electrophilic center and pi star orbital here is the LUMO. So in this case the field orbital on carbon is actually the HOMO, and that will attack on the LUMO to give you this adduct. Now if we use only sodium cyanide in this reaction, the reaction will be very slow, the reaction rate will be very slow, and in this case it is actually an equilibrium. So if we look into the equilibrium, you will see that the equilibrium is mostly shifted towards the left hand side, and only slight amount of product or the intermediate conversion will take place. But the same reaction if we do in presence of some acid, or if we use hydrogen cyanide where you have a acid counterpart H plus, so then the reaction will be faster and you will get this as your product, Cn and H. So what happens in this case, why now the reaction becomes faster? So in this case, and you can also do the same thing by using sodium cyanide, along with that you can use H2SO4, dilute H2SO4 or HCl. So you need an acid source. Now what is the big difference when you use the acid source? So in this case what happens is the acid first protonate the carbonyl group, and that makes this carbonyl a better electrophile. So now your cyanide, which is not a very strong nucleophile, it will easily attack over this carbonyl compound to directly give you this product. In this case you can see the cyanide has to attack on an unprotonated carbonyl group, and that is not very much reactive, and also after the reaction you have to do the workup with acid, and then only you can get the conversion and you can get the ultimate product, the protonated form of the molecule, right? But in this case you can see you are directly getting the product. So this is why the activation step is present here, and that's why the reaction is now faster. So this is the simple thing, the addition of cyanide on carbonyl group. Now instead of aldehyde you can also use the ketone, but the very common thing is that if you use ketone instead of aldehyde, the reaction rate will be slower, because now both electronically and sterically this center becomes less reactive, because plus I effect reduces the electron deficiency of the carbonyl carbon. At the same time, the presence of two bulky R groups instead of small hydrogen atom, it will now create more steric hindrance, and attack by nucleophile will not be that much favorable. So that is the thing. Now the second reaction which we are going to talk about is the addition of hydride, but before that I just want to say you about another reaction, and that is the addition of water, that is hydration reaction or hydrate formation. So simple aldehyde if you have, and if you use the aqueous solvent, what will happen, you will get this hydrate. So aldehyde will also present as its hydrated form. So what happens in this case, water molecule attacks on this carbonyl carbon atom, so that will give you this intermediate first, O minus OH2 plus, and here one hydrogen, another hydrogen, and now the simple proton exchange will give you this product. So this is hydrate formation. Now again the hydrate formation depends on several factors, the rate of hydrate formation. Like if you use simple ketone, the hydrate formation is not favorable at all. The reaction, the equilibrium, the hydrate formation equilibrium is very slow in this case, because the ketone carbonyl carbon is sterically and electronically not that much reactive, right? But if you use aldehyde, in this case the reaction rate will be faster. If you use aldehyde, the reaction is faster and the equilibrium is more shifted towards the right hand side, the product side. So this is the thing. Similarly, if you use groups like this where you have halogen substitution on the carbon atom, so in this case what happens, because of electron withdrawal by this halogen, now this center becomes more electron deficient, and that's why the hydrate formation will be favored. So this hydrate will have much higher contribution or much higher equilibrium constant value compared to simple ketone, right? Similarly, ring strain also plays important role. So if you have this cyclopropanone system, it will easily form hydrate, because in the keto form, you can see in the keto form here you have a tremendous amount of angle strain which is released by undergoing this hydrate formation. So all these factors plays important role while we are discussing about the addition reaction on a carbonyl compound. Now in the next part we are going to discuss about the addition of hydride. Now if we talk about hydride, the first reagent which will come to your mind is simple sodium hydride, right? So can we add sodium hydride directly on a carbonyl group? So the answer is no. You cannot add sodium hydride directly on any carbonyl compound, be it an aldehyde or a ketone. You cannot do that. Now the question is, what is the reason why we cannot do so? So the answer is very simple. If you take the sodium hydride, in this case the hydride is present as H minus with its filled 1s orbital, 1s2 orbital. H minus means 1s2 orbital. So the shape is basically this H minus. This is the shape of H minus. Whereas the LUMO in this case in carbonyl group is the pi star orbital on the carbon atom, right? So now the overlap between this very small 1s orbital and this LUMO, which is actually contributed by the 2p orbital of carbon, is not good. So this overlap is not that much good, and that's why simple hydride cannot attack on carbonyl compound. So this is the simple reason you cannot do this reaction with simple hydride. But we know that simple hydride is also a reducing agent, but in this case this orbital mismatch, due to this orbital mismatch, you cannot do the reaction. So what is the reagent used here? So in this case we use the metal hydrides like sodium borohydride, NaBH4, or like lithium aluminium hydride, all these reagents. So in this case the difference between simple sodium hydride and this lithium aluminium or borohydride, what is the main difference? So in this case, if you consider borohydride, it is basically the tetra coordinated boron, where the boron carries negative charge. And now when this hydride transfer takes place, it is not the 1s orbital of hydrogen, rather it is the BH bond, or that bond is actually contributed by the 2p orbital of hydrogen. So it is a p orbital and s orbital mixture. So in this case the orbital size is appropriate for the overlap with this 2p with this pi star orbital, which is contributed by the carbon 2p orbital. So here the overlap or the matching between the orbital is much better compared to simple sodium hydride, and this is the reason sodium hydride or lithium aluminum hydride, they are used for the reduction or for the addition of hydride to a carbonyl compound. Now what product we will get in this case? So in this case, if you use simple aldehyde and you can use sodium borohydride, so you will get aldehyde. So hydrogen will be added. First you will get this O minus, and then after the workup you will simply get the primary alcohol in this case. And if you use ketone, and reduce it with sodium borohydride or lithium aluminum hydride, you will get the secondary alcohol. So in both cases you will get the alcohol as your product. So this is the simple story of hydride addition. So you cannot add simple sodium hydride to your carbonyl group. You need some metal based hydride or boron or aluminium based hydride, because it is the sp3 hybrid orbital, or it is the sp mixed orbital which will be added to the pi star orbital, not the simple 1s orbital of hydrogen. Now the next reaction which I am going to talk about is the addition of Grignard reagent. Now Grignard is simple RMGX. This is called the Grignard reagent, and if you add Grignard reagent on aldehyde or ketone, you will get either secondary or tertiary alcohol. So in case of aldehyde, if you add another RMGX, what you will get? So this RMGX, again, it is the RMG orbital, the sp3 hybrid. In this case also the sp3 hybrid orbital of R, that will be added to the pi star orbital of the carbonyl group, and you will get this alcohol as your product. So in this case you get, for aldehyde you get the secondary alcohol, and for ketone, if you add the RMGX, the Grignard reagent, you will get the tertiary alcohol. So this is a simple thing. Now you also can add simple methyl lithium instead of Grignard. You can add simple methyl lithium like reagent, the organometallic lithium reagent, and then also you will get the similar outcome. In case of aldehyde you will get the secondary alcohol, in case of ketone you will get the tertiary alcohol. And for methyl lithium also, it is the sp3 hybrid orbital on carbon that will be added to the pi star orbital on the carbon of the carbonyl group. So this is the addition of Grignard and other organometallic reagents. And the last reaction which I am going to talk about is the addition reaction of what? So let me revisit what points we have written. So the last is the addition reaction of alcohol. Yeah. So what happens when alcohol is added to the carbonyl group? So let's say you have a simple aldehyde and you are doing acid catalyzed alcohol addition. So in presence of acid, we have seen that first the carbonyl group will be protonated like this, and this is a equilibrium. So this is an equilibrium. Now in the next step, what will happen? So if you have alcohol like R-OH, the alcohol will be added to the carbonyl group. So normal alcohol cannot attack on the carbonyl group R-OH because it is not nucleophilic enough to attack on this carbonyl center. But when it is protonated, as in this case, it is protonated, now it becomes a better electrophile, and this weak nucleophile like alcohol, it can also attack on the carbonyl group to give you an intermediate like this. So now this bond will open, and here you have R-H plus. So this is the thing you will get. Now it will lose its proton. So it will lose its proton, and you will get this thing. So this R dash. So this particular species is called hemiacetal. Hemiacetal, because it comes from acetaldehyde, it is called hemiacetal. But you can also use ketone for the same reaction. If you use ketone and you add alcohol in presence of acid, the acid catalyzed addition, you will get similar product, and that is this one, O dash. So in this case it is called hemiketal. Now what will be the fate of this hemiacetal or hemiketal, that we will discuss while we will discuss the substitution reaction of carbonyl compound. But the addition reaction will stop here. What is the next step, that we will see later. So this is very important. This addition of alcohol is actually very important, and it will finally lead to the formation of ketal ketal species, and that we will see while we will discuss the substitution reaction of carbonyl compound. So that's all. Here I will stop this video, and all the important addition reaction to the carbonyl group is